Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the What If Universe. And today we have me as a VTuber. If you don't know about that, just check my community tab. I post stuff there all the time. Also, check Twitter, Instagram, all that fun jazz. Anyways, for today, we are going to be looking at another, what I like to call corporate what ifs. So, corporate what ifs are kind of an interesting thing, So, they're basically what ifs written by companies, which is something very interesting to talk about, at least in my personal opinion. So this one is basically what if Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was in the MCU, which was covered by Screen Rants, which apparently was also covered by Mimic News, apparently. Which I think this is kind of weird that it says it's by Screen Rants, but this is on a different website, so maybe this archived it or whatever, but yeah, apparently Screen Rants has another what if apparently, so we're gonna talk about this. So this came back in October 9th of 2020, so I guess this is still somewhat relevant, at least not super old like the previous one. But yeah, let's discuss what they want to talk about. So, two new fan art pieces. Imagine what it would look like if Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was part of the... Okay, so it has the word the, like right here, you can see. Like the... And it just ends. Like, I don't even think I've done that in my scripts. This is kind of terrible. Garfield was on the second screen of Spider-Man and Modern Era, appearing as the web slinger in the movies. As he took over from Tobey Maguire, who played Peter Parker across 3 Sam Raimi movies, despite winning the praise Despite praises for his more youthful and humorous take on the character, the Amazing Spider-Man themselves were far from great. That is very debatable in my opinion. At least, as far as this first Amazing Spider-Man movie goes. Second one's far more debatable, but I think there's a lot more issues with that one that I'm not going to get into. But let's see what else they talk about. As a result, the character was rebooted with the fellow Tom Holland. Okay. I guess they could have just said Tom Holland. They have to say that he's British, but maybe there's another Tom Holland that's American. Who knows? I don't know. Seems a little weird. Taking over Spider-Man joining the MCU. Besides appearing in Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame, Tom Holland's Spider-Man has 2 solo movies as yet third commencing film this week. Okay, so there's talk about third film not being out. That movie is set to feature Jamie Foxx as Electro, which is very interesting, reprising his role from Garfield's Spider-Man film. That news led to speculation of multiverse, which is confirmed from the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, which is introduced in Homecoming 3, with fans hopeful that either Maguire or Holland will reprise their roles alongside Holland. What was that sentence? Okay, look at this. So it says right here, with fans hopeful that either Maguire or Holland will reprise their role alongside Holland. I believe they talked about, like, what is this? Like, they talked about Andrew Garfield up here, but they forgot about him down here. That's kind of weird. So far, this What If article is pretty awful, honestly. I think this one's worse than the Dragon Ball one, because at least the Dragon Ball one had some sort of story with it. And even this as an analysis piece is honestly pretty terrible. Let's see, related, who is Electro? Jamie Foxx is MCU Spider-Man. 3 villains explained. Now, two digital artists have imagined what it looked like if Spider-Man and Garfield Spider-Man was in the MCU. The first piece of fan art was digital artist Spider-Man. I don't know how to pronounce that person. I'm sorry, whoever you are, artist. Places Garfield alongside Tony Stark and Bruce Banner, adding him into the scenes of Avenger. There's Age of Ultron, with effects seamlessly. The second is by Yadver Sigvarana. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'm sorry if I mispronounced that one as well. Puts Garfield Spider-Man on the poster for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, with Strange reaching through a portal to grab him from his own universe. Which you can see both pieces of art below. Well, I don't see those two pieces of art below there, but I guess they exist somewhere, you know? Let's see, Garfield certainly doesn't look out of place in the MCU. With other fan art placing Maguire and Holland side by side in the MCU, it's clear that audiences are desperate for a live-action Spider-Verse to take place. For people wondering my personal opinion about a live-action Spider-Verse, I think it'd be kind of cool, but the thing is, like, I don't want them to copy what Sony's Spider-Verse was, because I feel like that kind of would just be very lazy and cheap to do. Like, I'm fine with another Spider-Verse happening, but I want the MCU to do their own take with it, but still make it their own thing, you know? Because Spider-Verse is a thing from comics, it's more of like its own thing, like where all the source material's from. So, I think it would be fine, honestly, wherever they take it. Maguire is mostly a producer these days, acting is less frequently than the years go on. He famously disliked playing Spider-Man due to the physical requirements of the role. Which, this is something interesting to think about. So, if you ever watched Spider-Verse, there was that one version of Spider-Man, which I nicknamed Peter B. Parker. I believe that's what his name was. But I liked the concept of that character, Spider-Man who basically felt really terrible about everything that happened, kind of lost his way. I think Tobey Maguire playing that type of Spider-Man that's a bit overweight and kind of like got a little lethargic and a bit lazier, I think that'd be kind of interesting to have that occur in the MCU. If there was anything that they would want to borrow from it besides its amazing music. Now, there is a chance that we could have a CGI Spider-Man also join, potentially. This question is, will it happen because the MCU may or may not like it? It's something to think about, but I'm not very sure that will occur. It's very questionable and up in the air, in my opinion. However, anything can happen, which I agree. In a what if universe, there are endless possibilities, so anything really can happen. With seeing Fox's return as Electro and the introduction of multiple Batmen in DC's extended universe, with Robert Pattinson, Michael Keaton, and Ben Affleck set to play the characters over the next 2 years. I always thought it was weird with Batman that there's multiple actors that play him, and they just have different types of movies going on, so I think Dark Multiverse, honestly, would be a really cool movie to cover. If you haven't seen the Dark Multiverse comics, or read them, I highly recommend you do so. They're really good in my opinion, and they're honestly a very fun what-if type of universe to explore. Maybe I'll do a video on that for sure. Talk about what scenarios for Dark Multiverse. Let's see, as president set under, this means potential for Garfield to appear the MCU. More realistic than just was a few months ago. Yeah, my thing is that I'm fine Andrew Garfield playing like the more fit version of Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire just taking the back seat and kind of being like the dude that's the more lethargic Spider-Man. It's like, remember kids, like I used to be really good at Spider-Man. Then my life sucked. Turned around. But I don't know. Overall, I'm just gonna say with this article, I really don't like it. It's very basic, honestly. It's very boring. It's more talking about fan art and talking about it is talking about what if scenario, but it's not that interesting, honestly. Like, this photo here is decent thumbnail material, but honestly, I just think it's not the best, you know? And according to this article, it says Bruce Banner's supposed to be in here, but I don't see him in the photo, so maybe they got rid of one of the photos on accident. Honestly, I don't know what's going on here. It's a little sketchy, you know what I mean? But anyways, that's where I'm going to end the video here, so if you want me to check out some other corporate what-ifs, be sure to leave some in the comments down below. Also, be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and also subscribe if you have not already. Also, turn on post notifications, that way you don't miss out on anything. Click the all button, because I don't want you to miss out on any of my videos. And if you have any ideas for what-ifs of your own, be sure to leave them down in the comments down below. I always love looking at them. I'm still doing traditional what-ifs, I'm just doing these as in-betweens, obviously. The thing is, I will try to get you one what-if video a week. I do want to make that more eventually, but the thing is, if I don't want to rush my writing and whatnot. So, expect something here in the near future. And always remember, in a what-if universe, there are endless possibilities. And I will see ya in the next video.
Hello everyone, Uncle Joker here. Make sure to subscribe to the society if you want to see more content, and use those opposable thumbs of yours to rate the video. If you want to be notified whenever I make a joke, hit that bell, because, you know, YouTube isn't enough of a joke as it is. Until next time, toodaloo!